Hi, my name is Jonathan Rosario, and I'm going to be PS 132's new recess coach. Today, I have 5 recess activities planned out for the first and second graders, with some slight variations for the third and fourth graders. For the first activity, we'd want to get the kids warmed up, so we'd have them spread out at arm's length. Next, I'll explain what we're going to do. So for each clapping motion I do, for one clap, we're going to do a bending motion. And it could be any part of the body. Two claps means to stretch any part of the body. When three claps is when each student just shakes it out, get loose. And after the first third clap, everyone jogs in for 15 to 20 seconds to get just the body loose. And we repeat this 2 to 3 times. The second activity is called a circuit training activity. We're going to have 6 stations set up where kids can practice different variations of fitness training. So the first station would be hula hooping, where kids will try to hula hoop for 45 to 1 minute and see how long they can keep hula hooping without letting it drop. And if they let it drop, just keep it going. Next would be an agility run, where kids would run back and forth between 2 designated lines. So a quick little sprint from one spot to another is the next station. The third station would be push-up variations. They don't necessarily need to do a push-up, so they can either hold this position, even if they need to with their knees, so they get the form. Or they could hold this position and try things with their arms. There's all different sorts of variations as long as you keep the formation. The third activity would be the crab walk. So kids would line up from one line to another and proceed to walk forward and backwards in a crab walk, having all 4 limbs on the ground. The next station would be a jump rope station. See how long they can continue jump roping for the 45 to 1 minute session. And the final station would be a balance test, where they try to stand on one leg and see if they can keep their balance without tipping over. And they could try this with both legs. This next activity is to practice hand-eye coordination. So every student is gonna have one beanbag or one ball, and they're gonna have to do variations of throws and catches to keep their eye on the ball and not to let it drop. So to start, we're gonna have our arms at length, and we're gonna toss the ball from the left hand to the right hand, like a little rainbow. Next, we're gonna have the students try different throws up in the air with 2 hands and to catch with 1, or throw with 1 hand and catch with 2. Other challenges the students can do with the beanbag or ball is to throw it around their arms, through their legs, throw it up in the air, spin around, try to catch it. All different sorts of variations. So we want to encourage the children to throw the ball however they like, as long as they have the chance to catch it. And if they don't, try again. This fourth activity is to work on the children's manipulative skills using basketball activity. So we're going to have the children work in pairs. So once they're in partners, we're going to give each pair a ball. And we're going to first have them pass the ball however they like, as a free form of passing, just to get the motion of throwing the ball to the partner. Next, we're going to work on a chest pass. So to work on a chest pass, you want to make sure you keep your fingertips on the ball. The ball should never touch your palm. So we're going to have each partner pass to their other partner using their non-dominant foot as the first step. Push with your elbows straightened out, with your fingertips leaving the ball. And to receive the ball, you want to make sure you catch it with your fingertips and towards the chest area. And then we're going to repeat this for 1 to 2 minutes. Then next, we're going to work on the bounce pass. So to work on the bounce pass, we're going to have the ball with our dominant hand, with our left foot step first, and make sure we aim the ball for the in between the two partners. That way, that the ball only bounces once. And the reason we only bounce the ball once in basketball is so that the opposite team has less of a chance of stealing the ball. So, having a one bounce to the partner, using your dominant hand and then your non-dominant foot as your first step, as one bounce in the middle between you and your partner, the ball should come to your partner in only one bounce. When they catch it with their fingertips, and we're gonna keep this going for 1 to 2 minutes. Next, we're gonna practice the bounce pass, but with our non-dominant hand. So it's gonna be the opposite. We're gonna use our dominant foot as the first step and throw it with our non-dominant hand. And make sure we have a nice wrist motion coming down to get that one bounce to your partner. We're gonna do this for 1 to 2 minutes. As a slight variation to this activity, we're gonna have the 3rd and 4th graders dribble. So we're gonna have them dribble with their right hand using their fingertips. They're gonna bounce the ball and try to maintain possession of the ball. Next, we're gonna try it with the left hand. To challenge the students, we, as the coaches, would be in the front as they're dribbling. We're gonna have them keep their eyes on us, and to keep them to make sure they're keeping their eye on us, we're gonna have our hands pointed in the air and have different numbers, which each student would have to call out. So as they're dribbling and I have a hand on 2, they gotta say 2. As they're dribbling and I have my hand pointed at 3, they gotta say 3. Another skill that the kids can practice with using the basketball is in a shooting motion. So have their elbows bent at 90 degrees and have their wrists float down the ball and passing it to their partners in a shooting motion. So you want to shoot it as if you're making a rainbow in the air. And we're going to practice this for 1 to 2 minutes. Now, for the last activity, as a cool down activity, we're going to play a game of hot potato. We're going to have 5 groups of 4 spread out in different circles. In the group of 4, each group of 4 will have one ball, and we're going to play a song, or we're going to blow a whistle whenever the ball has to stop with the person who has the ball. That person who has the ball must get up, walk to the next group, and continue from there. So, to make it trickier, I will blow the whistle to cause a reversal. So if they're throwing it, passing it counterclockwise, they would have to go counterclockwise to keep the game changing. And when I blow the whistle and say freeze, whoever has the ball gets up, goes to the next group, and we continue going from there. This was my recess lesson plan, and I hope you enjoyed.